Let me begin this real life poem with an introduction of who I am. The name given to me is Frank Sykes, and yes, I'm a proud black man. By the time I turned 18, the nickname given was Frizzy. If you ask me if I liked it, I'll tell you I love it. I think it's unique. I completed high school to the fullest, did a year and a half in college. While I was there, I obtained some knowledge and decided that that school thing was just not for me. Fast forward with me, please, to where I'm now just 23, exposed to a great opportunity working as a prison guard in the system. That private industry begins with a C. The total years that I stayed was 3. Got trained to kill if there was a need. After that, I then became a deputy. To move up fast was my mission to the top. My premonition officer of the year is one of the highest recognitions, and I can sit before you today and say, I even accomplished that. If I had the time, I'd tell you how I did it, and I know that you would get it. You'd stand on your feet and applaud. I'd humble myself and say, wait. I was only doing my job. Now you should see the man that sits before you since I've given you my introduction. And as uncomfortable as it is right now, I have to say that I was law enforcement. But I come to you today because that's something that I have to say has been far too long for this day, and too many of these lives have had to pay. So I guess I should get right to it and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the lives taken away, especially the young ones of the day, the ones whose opportunity was just stolen away. You see, little Tamir could have been outside practicing to be what I was that day. I'm sorry for that incident with Mr. Brown, even though I didn't pull the trigger. I know that he shot him when he was on that ground, and if he wasn't, I know he seen him falling down and with this shot to the top of his head. He made the decision to no longer have him around. I'm sorry for the scared officer that's quick to pull his trigger, so scared that they'll make a decision in a split second, even quicker, standing in uniform, false claiming and faking to be brave while being brainwashed by this system, thinking that someone's gonna kill them one day. And most of all, I'm sorry that it took me so long to recite this poem. I stood by way too long waiting for the guilty parties to admit that they were wrong. The people knew that they did it. It all showed, and how the story just sounds so dumb. All we wanted them to do was admit it and then step down off of their throne. See, I take things a little bit personal and say, Mr. Wilson, this job was never meant to be for an officer like you. The courage needed in a stressful situation you cannot create is more like a genetic trait that grew. And I know it's not your fault. You were really choosing the career that you thought was cool. The people responsible for all this mess, well, they sit at the top. Maybe they'll catch that part before this poem is through. Nevertheless, as an officer, I'll stand by myself, a man bold with pride and truth. I'll stand right here full of courage and say, I'm sorry to all of you, to the people. I am sorry.